Hi there, Susan Winter here, best-selling author, relationship expert, and love coach, answering your questions today. This is from Enrique. Enrique, thank you for this because I love your question. It's for those of you who want love. You're out there. You're trying. It hasn't happened. And all you're hearing people say is, you've got to love yourself first. Okay. My answer is twofold to Enrique because there are two parts of this, but let me take it one step at a time, and thank you so much because this is something I really want to talk about. Enrique writes, Dear Susan, I love your videos and they've helped me a lot. However, I'm starting to lose hope for love. I'm tired of people saying you have to love yourself first. You have to be independent. I'm 26. I've never had a relationship. Guys keep choosing others over me. Almost all of them lose interest in me. I'm torn and frustrated. How will I ever believe I will find love? Okay. Now, you do realize I don't know you, I'm not in the field with you, and I'm not watching what happens. I'm not reading your online profile. I don't know how you're dressing. I don't know your conversational style, if you have a conversational style. So there are two parts to this, and I'll get to the love business. One, there's the energetic part, and two, there's the mechanics. Let me start with energetic. You said that they lose interest in you. So that makes me feel that what you're saying is, I'm anxious. I'm an anxious attacher. And if you're anxious, and then you also said people say you need to be more independent, what they mean is that you're placing way too much importance on this having a relationship thing. So let's deconstruct your mental attitude. Do you think your life is going to be amazing if you just have love? No. It'll be your life with a person. They have their good days and they have their bad days. It's not idyllic and it's not magical. It's called a relationship with another human being. So let's deconstruct what it is, okay? If you think that it is the most magical, incredible thing and I've never had it before and oh my God, I have to have it, look at what you're doing to yourself. You are boxing yourself up with this, high stakes thing. And of course, now you're going to be nervous and anxious. So when you go out and meet people, it's going to be way too much for you. The stakes are too high. You're going to be self-editing. You'll be noticing yourself. You'll feel a lack of confidence. You won't be yourself. You'll be nervous. You'll probably be weak and needy and have all these things. And therefore, people say you need to be independent. What they're saying is, you've lost the stability and groundedness of being with yourself first, okay? So please don't make the relationship be, oh my God, it's the goal of my life. I realize the incongruity of what I'm saying because of what I do here and why you're listening to this. But please try to hear what I'm saying. It's great to have a relationship. It's also okay not to have one, and it's okay to be in the process of wanting to have one and hopeful, okay? But if you make it the most important thing in the world, you're going to add stress. It's important, but we want to lower the stress so you can think clearly. Two, the thing about loving yourself first. That is an ongoing lifetime discovery and uncovering of who we are. It's not something you can just snap your fingers and in 2 months do it at age 26. Also, I hate to tell you, there's not a huge correlation between loving yourself and getting love. We advise it because the more you are integrated with yourself when you enter a relationship, the better quality of relationship you will bring to your partner and the higher quality of relationship you will have for yourself. But there are people who are not evolved and they have a partner. And we see them every day. And one of my friends used to complain to me all the time, she didn't do the work. She has a guy that loves her. How come she has a guy that loves her? I've been doing the work. Well, it's everything else. It's the mechanics, it's how you hold it in your mind, it's your energy when you go into it. So we advise to try to like yourself. okay? And develop resilience. Very important. Losing hope in love, you are just having a repetitive cycle of seeing yourself not getting the person that you want and you feel rejected. So here is now the mechanical side. I strongly suggest that you talk to a person you really trust. If you have that best friend with a lot of charisma that walks into a room, every guy wants him, and he can tell you what you're doing, he can be your wingman. I'd like to know what you're doing out in the field. How are you responding? How are you dressing? How's your hair? How's your conversation? What are your communication skills? Do you make eye contact or do you not? Do you know how to flirt? Do you not know how to flirt? Do you have a sense of humor? Do you not? These are the things that we cultivate to show our personality. And if you're nervous and you're scared and you're boxed up, it's not going to come out. So you need a good wing person to tell you. You need a dear friend to advise you on your outfits. And I'm not reading your profile online. I don't know if there is much of a profile. What about your photos? Are they good photos? Do they represent you? And when you meet the person, this is when you will cultivate how to communicate, what you want and what you're looking for. And so I strongly suggest that you either get with a coach who can in the field analyze what you're doing. And also when you go out and you have these experiences, I'd like you to journal them. Write about it so that you have markers. I was feeling nervous. What made me feel nervous? What was I thinking? What could I have done instead? What would be another? Because until we start to redirect from where you may be failing yourself on the most simplistic level that you never even thought of, we don't really know what it is. There are too many factors here between energetic and then the mechanics of how you show up. But the number one thing I think for you is to deconstruct the magical partner that's going to change your life. And oh my God, if I just had that. Because you may see your friends having partners, but you may notice there's also a turnover. And not everybody is happy in their relationship, and many people have gotten dumped or have dumped somebody. So it is your life always, and then it is your life with another person who has their life. And the reality is that long-standing relationships and intimate relationships go through a lot of fluctuations because it's not always the honeymoon period. So I'd like you to get a more realistic idea of what this thing is that you think you lack so desperately and you're losing hope for it. I think if you just release all the stress and chill and just try and have a good time, it'll happen naturally. I hope this helps you. Thank you so much for this. I'm glad that you think I've helped you in my videos. I really love that. Thank you so much. So Enrique, thank you for this. Everyone, you're free to write me too, SusanWinter.net. Go to the contact page. There's a little square that says video requests. Write me there. Don't write media. That's just for press. And if you'd like a consultation, it's SusanWinter.net. Go to the consultation page. I've also got a newsletter you can sign up for. That'll be a more interpersonal conversation between us of what's going on. I highlight different, members of this YouTube family that we have, and oftentimes I share where I'm going to be so that we can meet up, but it's very personal, so I hope you take advantage of that as well. Thank you for your letters, and thank you for allowing me to guide you. Happy dating.